great honor of speaking with Donna Wood. Donna Wood is the owner of the House of Light, nestled in beautiful downtown Newnan, Georgia. The House of Light is an energy wellness center whose focus is on helping people relax and find true inner healing. As a practitioner, Donna offers Lucia Light, voice code, bioenergetics, and Reiki, but that hardly sums up all that Donna brings to our community and to all who know her. I think you're going to enjoy this conversation very much, and I thank you so much for joining us today. Hello, everybody. I'm excited today. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for you, Donna.
Me too.
Donna Wood with me today, and Donna is going to tell us a little bit about herself and what she offers and her vision. And Donna, why don't we go ahead and get a short background, kind of like what put you on this trajectory?
Oh, that's the fun part. I used to say 15 years ago, but I'm realizing now it was really 17 years ago, possibly even 18 years ago. I had a very beautiful experience in which I experienced 3 days, and that's very, very unique because 3 is a number that just keeps showing up all of a sudden. 3 days, 3 days, 3 this, 3 that. For 3 days I was in a very heightened spiritual experience. Some people, I guess you could awake is not the word,
Right.
because it was so much more than that.
Yes.
I quite honestly, April, and I tell people this, and I'm not afraid anymore to speak my truth. I made miracles happen.
Yes.
I really did during those 3 days. Miracles. I knew things. The feeling that was inside of me was so incredible. I hear people speak about it now, and it was a state of bliss. Yes. That I cannot describe other than love. People, yes, are calling it love now. And I know what that is because that's what I experienced for 3 days, and then fell out of it, came back to, little old me. but that knowing that I experienced and that feeling never left. It has been a journey of 17 years of almost, I want to call it searching, but I now understand that it is just a journey. Yes. Of reconnecting and understanding what I experienced for those 3 days. So I stood upon the earth. I stood upon Sophia Gaia and knew that there was an energy coursing through my body. And I remember asking, what do I do with this? Yes. And so probably within a year or 2 after that experience is when I became a Reiki master. So, and from that point on, I have just been on this path of wanting to help humanity. Sure. Anything and everything, it's always about humanity. How can I help you? How can I help you find that state of bliss that I was in? How can I help you let go of trauma that's in your life that is stopping you from feeling that love, that bliss? How can I help you, get over whatever emotion, trauma you're in right now to allow you to see the joy that is everywhere? And that's who I am. That's who I have become.
You found freedom, you found clarity, you found bliss. And because you don't see others as separate from yourself, you really wanted to bring that to them so that they would also feel those things or be in that state and really know themselves.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it has. It's been a beautiful journey. I mean, it's been up and down. And I do remember one thing. I do remember praying, and in this prayer, asking
Mm-hmm.
to please let me raise my children. Those were my words. I had 4 children at the time, and I said, let me raise my children. Let me be the mother that I need to be to them so that they can go out into the world and become, who they are meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 years ago, I believe, 2 or 3 years ago, my son graduated from college, and he's my youngest, my last one.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my goodness. Yeah, it was like, knock, knock, knock. Hey, remember, I
Right.
gave you the time to raise your children. You said that after that time that, you would be mine, so to speak. In other words, everything I do now is in in trying, observing, you know, being who I need to be, because I know who that is from that experience
Yeah.
17 years ago.
You have such I don't know that I've ever met anybody with such a servant heart to really,
Mm,
really want
thank
to
you.
give back. And really, everybody you meet, everyone feels loved by you. It just radiates through you.
Mm.
And so tell me a little bit about Reiki. You mentioned you're a Reiki master. What is Reiki to you? Because I know it's different to different people.
You know, that is so true. And there are a lot of people now searching and telling me that they're studying Reiki, they're wanting to learn Reiki, and so on and so forth. For me, like I said, because of my experience, I knew that we as human beings have the capability of healing this human body.
Yeah.
We can do it ourselves, but we have given that power away.
Mhm.
We search out others
Mhm.
to, for our quote symptoms and diseases within the body.
Yeah.
And we have the capability of doing a lot of things on our own.
Mhm.
And I also have learned and understand the holiness of being in a physical body, and
Mm.
that
Yes.
touch is holy. It
Yes.
is very what is happening? Did I
I lost your video
disappear?
just for a second, but it's all good.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh,
um so yeah, I walked into, and this is quite fascinating because my whole life has become a series of synchronicities. And
mm,
you find that when you begin this journey of what so many people are calling awakening,
right.
your life just seems to fall into place,
Yeah.
and things that you did in the past or are doing come together. I
Yeah.
walked into a shop called the Books of Light.
Oh,
And I now have the House of Light.
right. Right.
So I said, what can I do with this? How do I use this to serve humanity? And I'm looking at all the books, and this Reiki book fell at my feet.
Wow.
So, knowing what I know now, I picked the book up, no questions, went straight, checked, purchased it, and never looked back, became a Reiki master. But in my head, how I see Reiki, and I tell people this, Jesus did Reiki.
Right.
Reiki is, yes, it is there are what people call steps to
Yeah.
it. There's a certain way that you're supposed to do it.
Right.
For me, um, it was a way for me to be able to use my hands
Mm.
And have society, which at the time I felt I needed something that says I can do
Right,
this
right.
for people to believe me. Does
Yes,
that make sense?
it's just the
But
structure that we live in.
right,
Yeah.
right. But now I know that it's just a name for energy work, energy healing.
Yes.
And I believe in my heart that that's what Jesus did. He
Yes.
did Reiki.
Yeah.
It's just a name.
It's
It
a
is a
conduit
way.
of, I mean,
Yeah,
love moving
yeah,
through.
yes.
Conduit
And
of,
so that is why I went to Reiki. That was step one. And
right.
then I just kept going.
Yeah.
Like you said, I have so many different ways or modalities, I guess is a good word, to use to offer to humanity, to whomever comes in,
Yeah.
to help them, to open that door, open that gate, allow them just one little thing that may click
Mhm.
to help them heal, move forward, whatever it is that they're searching for.
And that's going to be different for the person because everybody's so unique. So,
Exactly,
so
which
you
makes it so beautiful.
That's what, yeah, mankind is beautiful in their individuation. I mean, it's such a paradox. We're one, but
Mhm,
all
mhm.
these amazing colors of the rainbow, so many people that are so different and individuals, and they all have a different path, a different journey to the same place, which is love, which is healing. And so
Right.
Reiki is a wonderful thing, but you also do and I want to get into this because I think it's really fascinating. Lucia Light.
Mhm.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, I found the Lucia Light when I knew that I wanted to have a place, a center. That is why the House of Light is here. It was probably over 10 years in the birthing process, but just came to be approximately 2 years ago. Um, I was going to open a float center
Yeah.
and was finding because of all the regulations and everything, I kept bumping up against this regulation and that regulation. But I went to the float conference. I had been to the float conference for many years, learning about the float industry and the healing industry, and the Lucia Light was there.
Mm.
And after experiencing it, I knew that it was something that could help humanity. It was created by two neurologists that
Really?
were working on traumatic brain injuries. And what they discovered was that they had so much more than just a light for a healing brain. It's a total body healing in that it uses frequency
Mm.
and intensity of light,
Right.
and it speaks directly to the individual that is under the light, and
Yes.
it speaks to them. Of course, it uses the eyes and the retina and the way that we perceive our reality,
Right.
but then it goes past our filter and goes directly through like the pineal gland,
Mhm.
so that when you're under the light you see colors, fantastic colors, shapes, geometric shapes, patterns. Some people even go on physical journeys. They
Mm.
see loved ones who have crossed over, or they see themselves flying over a mountain and open their eyes and tell me they thought they were a bird, flying over a mountain. What it does is it puts it puts you in such a deep state of meditation
Uh-huh.
that the physical body, which is highly, highly intelligent,
Yeah.
can then begin to do its magic of regeneration and healing. The programs that come with the Lucia Light that were written by the neurologist are so beautifully created. I tell people that I know it's my truth
Mhm.
that they are inspired.
Yes.
And we all know what inspired means
Yes. Yes.
in spirit. These were direct programs that allow the human mind perception, the way we see things through frequency,
Mhm.
okay? Because we really truly are, and I tell people this, the 70 trillion cells that make up this human body,
Mm.
every individual cell is light,
Right.
sound, and vibration. So, what it's doing is allowing you, I believe, to see who you really are. I believe it opens up a mirror for you to see the beauty that is within you.
Yes.
So the colors that you see are so vibrant
Mhm.
and full of life.
Right.
They truly are. The colors do not exist in the crayon box.
No, and
I tell people that they don't. They
oh,
just don't. I don't know how to explain it, but your eyes are closed while you're under the light,
yeah.
and it's only white light. And when I tell people that, they are just in awe. They're like, but I saw so many colors. And I'm like,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
because that's who we are. We are these beautiful rainbow beings of light, of sound, and vibration. And this particular modality, when people realize exactly what is happening, they do. There is a transformation that happens
Mm.
because in reality, what I like to say is you're taking time to just be with you,
Yes.
with your higher self of who you really are,
Yes. I
because that's who we are.
Yeah, when you did a session with me, I was trying to afterwards trying to figure out how did that light do that? And then I remember you telling me the light didn't do that. Your brain did that. Like the
You did that.
yes.
Yeah.
And I thought,
Yeah.
oh, that's that was really because I'm trying to like, engineer how does this happen? But you can't. It's something deep within yourself. And you're right. There were colors that I've never seen before. So it was a
Yeah.
really amazing experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So then the next time you come in, the first one just kind of blows people's minds. They're just like, what? And
Yeah.
then they sign up for a second one. And when they come in the next time, that's when I believe, magic begins to happen because you can see them. You can see them interacting and being with that light, with
Yes.
that whatever image is being that they are creating.
Yes.
They're actually taking it all in.
Yes.
Tears, come down, and a smile. And
Yeah.
I have this one client I love. She hasn't been in a while, but when she was under the light, she would giggle like a little girl and
Oh,
just woo, and it brings me so much joy to be able to do this for people. It truly, truly does.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. That is really something. And people that have had trauma, like veterans, for example, I noticed on your website you have a
Mhm.
special heart for veterans. They would probably very much benefit from something like this. Um,
Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, I have a place in my heart for veterans, and my father did 2 tours in Vietnam, and I offer a discount for veterans. I've I should put a sign up because I know up front sometimes they forget to ask. But
yeah,
if you are a veteran and you come into the House of Light, your anything you do, it's a discount.
right.
We discount the retail, we discount the service, um, as a gift to just to say thank you. And I do make a point now to, when I see people, strangers in the grocery store, and they're wearing their, veteran hat, I always stop and say, thank you. Thank you for your service. Some
Yeah.
of them are shocked. They're like, thank you.
Mhm.
Like you saw me, you recognized me.
Yes.
And some of them are, they're like, thank you. In other words, so appreciative. Yeah. So veterans, this particular modality, because of the way it is, it does things like PTSD and things like that. It can really help to ease
Yeah. That's
those traumas. Yes.
and
Hmm.
there's a lot of people today that are suffering and dealing with trauma and stress, and I think this would be a wonderful modality for them to check out, to come
Hmm.
experience. It's the thing too about it is you're in control of the experience, and I think that
Yes.
that is a powerful thing for people to understand, because one of the things that comes with trauma is a feeling of lack of control. And so knowing that at any
Mhm.
time you can, take a break or whatever it is you need to do, I think is also very good for people to know about.
Yes. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because the whole experience is you.
Yes.
It's your creation. That's the interesting and sometimes hard for people to conceptualize. They're like, what do you mean I did this? But it is, the patterning, the frequencies that are used, and the intensity of the light does um, introduce
Mhm.
that ability to be able to create whatever it is you're going to create. In other words, it opens the door for it,
Wow.
but it allows you to be able to then take it and whatever you desire. If
Yes.
you want more purple, make it more purple.
Love
If you want to fly like an eagle over a mountain, allow yourself to fly like an eagle.
it.
That's the beauty about this modality. It takes the thinking brain, the what people call the monkey brain, the
Yes.
chattering, and it
Yes.
puts it to sleep.
Oh.
So then we can become the creator that we truly are.
Mm, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, because that is a lot of the issue with trauma and stress, is that mind just doesn't be quiet. I know with meditation, a lot of people have a hard time meditating because they
Right.
say, I can't get my mind to stop. I can't get it. I can't get the chattering to stop. But this is definitely a method by which they could facilitate that,
Yes.
which is
Yes,
wonderful.
it is. Mhm.
And yeah, everybody needs to try this. It's really amazing. It is really amazing. You'll
Yeah.
really love it. Um,
Yeah.
then you offer something called bioenergetics.
Mhm.
Ooh,
I actually offer that in two different forms.
okay.
Um, I have a program that's called Bioenergetic Wellness. It was, or Bioenergetics. It's was under NES,
Okay.
and I think they realized that every time you Google NES, you get the Nintendo Entertainment System. So this is actually neutro energetic
Okay.
system. So what it does is it reads your energetic body field,
Oh,
which I think scientists and doctors alike are finally agreeing that yes, there is an aspect of dis-ease in
mhm,
the body that is rooted in a cause or a shock or trauma that happened in the energetic body field.
mm,
It is there that you can find the true beginning
mhm,
of dis-ease in the body. And when you find that trauma or shock, it can be physical,
mhm.
but it can also be mental, it can be emotional. And that is where the key lies, because a lot of people don't realize that some diseases of the body actually have an emotional component that is anchored, that began the whole process of, you know, what happens is when a shock or trauma happens to the energetic body field, it is like us. It's our
Biofield
blueprint.
blueprint. Yes. Yes.
It's what first meets another person.
Yes.
It's our, some people call it an aura. It's a little bit more than an aura because it's the whole energetic system. An aura is part of that energetic body field.
Yes.
Much, much bigger than just an aura, but the aura is part of it. And that is what really meets people first.
Uh-huh.
It is your energetic blueprint, you, who you are. And when something happens to you, that shock or trauma, the only way it can be processed, because we are in this physical body,
Yes.
biological body, is through this physical being.
Yes.
So that trauma or whatever happened, even though it might have been emotional, spiritual, even happening to, say, your mother while you were in her womb,
Right.
it can be transferred to the embryo, that trauma that happened to the mother. And then it is carried into this physical being, and it needs to be expelled.
Yes.
And it has to be done pretty much energetically too. So that's what this program does, is it detects where those shocks and traumas happened.
Yes.
And then it gives you like a plan that you can do, which includes infoceuticals.
Okay.
Clever name, huh?
Yeah.
Not pharmaceuticals, but
Info.
infoceuticals.
I like that.
It's information in plant-based mineral water. Very, very quantum. All of these modalities I have are quantum.
Yes.
And of course, it comes with affirmations. It comes with other things for you to look at, because a lot of how this works is you.
Right.
You as the individual, because once again, you are the one who allows the healing within your body. So there is an aspect of belief.
Yes. Yes.
That is tied into all of these modalities.
Yes.
And so the information that is encoded into the plant-based mineral water, you ingest into your physical being. But it's only information that speaks to your 70 trillion cells in your body and helps them, tells them, speaks to them, however you want to say that,
right,
to realign, to come back in that homeostasis, that healthy place that they should be, but are not, because of the shock or trauma that happened.
Interesting. I know
Yes.
Dr. Joe Dispenza's work on the placebo effect, or what nocebo effect, that was extremely powerful. And so when you're a cooperative co-creator of your own healing and utilizing these methods that you have, that's very powerful.
Yes. And I don't think people truly realize it. You know what I'm saying? Because when a person goes to the doctor and receives those pharmaceuticals, whatever prescription, they believe that that's what it is that is going to heal them.
Yes.
So there's an aspect of belief in all of it.
Everything.
Yes.
And everything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So and that's how the placebo, works. Some people were given just sugar pills, where others were given the pill.
Right.
You can't tell. who really healed, because they all healed.
Yes.
It comes with, it's belief. It
It's
truly,
belief.
truly is.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah. And
amazing.
the other thing I have, which also is all about that energetic body field, is my quantum sound therapy.
Mm.
And this is done through your voice.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that
That
amazing?
is interesting.
Our voice is a powerful tool.
Mm.
And I don't know if people really realize that our voice is how we create in this physical world.
Right.
We
Right.
can, I mean, it's in the Bible,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
In the beginning was the word.
Word.
What does that mean?
Let there be light. Let there be.
Yeah. And the word was God. And the
Yes.
word was with God. In
Right.
other words, God spoke everything into being.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes.
When our voices are unique unto ourself.
Right.
Everybody's voice is like a fingerprint.
Mm.
It's your voice. It's the voice that you came into this world with. And you came into this world, even though there may have been shocks or traumas that happened to mama that got transferred, through the womb into you or
Yeah.
whatever, you still came into this world
Mhm.
in perfection.
Yes. Yes.
You were created. We all were created.
Mhm.
And it's, out there too. Everybody, I think, believes that we're created in the image of our creator,
Right. Right.
which, so we came into this world in perfection
Mhm.
with knowing, with the voice.
Right.
Of course,
Right.
we didn't speak it until that doctor spanked our bottom,
That's right.
right?
You screamed it.
And then we had to scream, or we saw these bright fake lights and
Oh,
had to scream, oh.
yeah, boy.
But that is our first statement of I am here. I
Yes.
am human. I am alive. I am on this earth.
Right. Right.
And so the quantum sound machine takes a voice code analysis of your voice, a 15-second recording of your voice. And then it's run through over 1 billion bits of information that have been gathered throughout the years from doctors and scientists and all of these people, and what the perfect, body field should look like,
Mhm.
what the totally healthy human being would be. We know what this is,
Yes. Yes.
we're just having trouble getting there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So
But now, because we've been so programmed to believe, that if you sneeze, or if you're in public with someone who sneezes, you're going to get a cold.
right.
It's ingrained as part of belief. That's,
Yes. It's true.
so when this information is then, your voice goes through the program
Mhm.
that was also inspired,
Yes.
goes through the program, and then it delivers to you
Okay.
tones to listen to.
Okay.
And those tones simply help put you back into that, perfection, that homeostasis that you were when you came into this world.
Balanced. We're in a balanced
Balanced.
state.
Right. Right.
Wow.
And when you think about it, I said that a few minutes ago, that we are light,
Yes.
sound, and
Yes.
vibration.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this program, like the quantum sound therapy, uses sound, uses tones to be able to allow the body to relax and
Mhm.
go back into that balanced state of being.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It's so outside the box, but it's when you think about current care as we know it, there's just only so much that can be done, because I think this whole energetic, the biofield that surrounds us is largely not acknowledged, but that's changing. I did a
It is.
statistic, I think it was a CDC statistic that said that 70% of all illness is connected in some way, shape, or form to stress. And of course, we know stress is an energetic, it's how you react to outside.
Right. It's a reaction. You're absolutely right. And then, I think science and doctors agree that muscles, hold memory.
Yes.
And so the stress that you're feeling, even in a moment, gets trapped within the physical body.
Yes. Yes.
And I mean, water's a conduit.
Yes.
And it, just think about electricity, lightning or whatever, it can move through water.
Yes.
So stress or any type of energetic interference,
Dissonance.
that's a pretty good word, huh?
Yeah. Interference. Yeah.
We're 3/4 water.
That's right.
So it's going to, come through us, and how our body chooses to take it or leave it is the question. That's stress and anxiety and all of this. It, yes, you can hold it in your body, and it can stay there for a long time, creating chaos within the physical being. And I mean, think about remember the old fashioned thing, but I can't remember if they've changed their minds now, but remember ulcers?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. They used to say that was, due to stress. Yeah.
Purely stress, but now they're saying there are other things that can cause it as well. But
viruses tend to attack a body that is stressed. So, I think that's a huge component to illness, is when you're run down, you're tired, you're, maybe having issues in life, difficult issues in life, you're more vulnerable to viruses or bacteria, all sorts of infections. I think it takes a certain frequency to bring those things into being in our bodies.
Yes, the immune system, I believe, is made to counteract all of these diseases.
Yes.
But when the body itself is in that state of anxiety, stress, all of these things that are being bombarded through our environment constantly, the cells then cannot speak to one another, because there's so much chaos inside.
Yes.
When you hold that. And that is why when I use the word disease, I separate it, dis-ease, because that's all it is. It's just the human body not being at ease. And when you're at ease, then it's almost like, oh my gosh, you feel invincible.
Yeah, it's empowering to feel it.
Exactly. Yeah. And those viruses and all are always around constantly. They're in our bodies already, a lot of these viruses.
Yes.
And they're brought to the surface in that state of dis-ease. So if we can keep our bodies in that frequency of ease and balance, then just think.
Yeah, we lessen our chances of
dealing. We would be so healthy.
Yes, we make our health more, or good health, more likely if we can keep our body in a state of ease. And that's, I think, one of the things I noticed about your website. It is relaxation and healing were the two words that really stood out to me. Now,
Mhm.
the House of Light offers a variety of different services, and they have a retail shop. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. um, the House of Light came into being as a center of um, wellness.
Yes.
And within that, there are so many different avenues that one can go to find the balance, to find the wellness within. Some people find it through sound. So
Mhm.
we have beautiful sound therapists
Mhm.
within the House of Light that do sound therapy.
Yes.
Um, I think you've done a program with Kim Coker, who is one of our beautiful sound therapists.
Yes.
And our doors are always open for more what we call practitioners. There
Mhm.
are practitioners within the House of Light that offer their services that can help you find your balance, your wellness, whether it is sound therapy, whether it is a reading
Mhm.
through tarot, through oracle, through just intuitiveness.
Yes.
All of our practitioners are highly, highly intuitive.
Mhm.
And once you begin to be at ease,
Uh-huh.
is when you can listen and hear your intuitive
Mm.
hits or messages or whatever. So a lot of our practitioners are just people, you know, that have found a way to find that balance, that ease in their life that
Mhm.
allows them to be able to offer
Mhm.
more to humanity
Yes.
through the messages that they are receiving,
Yes.
through the gifts that they have acquired
Mhm.
or learned.
Right.
Because I think one of the beautiful things I love also about you is the human design aspect.
Thank you.
So that took time and effort and learning, true, knowledge to
Mhm.
learn that. And now to be able to offer that to people is such a beautiful gift. So we have tarot readers, we have oracle readers, we have intuitive
Mhm.
readers, we have sound therapists, we even have other intuitives. Vanya, she can do it through art.
So beautiful.
Yes, and then there's other modalities, and soon we'll be having our retail space. I call that tools for growth
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
because we offer so much.
Yeah.
Just about everything within the retail space of the House of Light is either handmade,
Mhm.
organic,
Yeah.
or specific.
Yes.
um, for growth.
Yeah.
Um, we have like Christy, one of our practitioners, um, knows herbs
Mhm.
and is very, very proficient with how herbs work in the physical body.
Mhm.
And she'll bring tea on Tuesdays today and read tarot too. But she makes incense by hand, rolls incense for us, makes candles for us. We have Vanya that does jewelry. We have Isabel, who's a beautiful reader
Mhm.
and also makes jewelry. We have um what else, books that have been written. Oh, your book is in the store now,
Yeah.
and Vanya's book is in the store, and we have Karen coming in. There's clients that show up that have gifts
Yeah.
too, and so they say, I'll offer my gift. And
Yeah.
so the doors are always open for more and beautiful ways of learning and connecting with one another to be able to find that state of balance within that allows the body to be at ease.
It's really about mind, body, and spirit, and really
Right.
coming home to who you are. Because I mean, I think that's what
Mhm.
everybody that is at the House of Light, we're all trying to uh, come home to ourselves and help
Yeah.
others do the same. And
Hmm.
it's a beautiful journey to do together. And you even have meditation classes that you offer on Wednesday.
Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
Yes.
We do meditation. Yeah, the retail space is really beginning to draw people in. The crystals.
Oh,
I mean, even crystals, people, I don't know if they realize, but I talk about how organic they are. I mean, yes, it's a piece of earth, but think about it. It is Mother Nature's voice
yes.
manifested in physical form for us. Every crystal holds a special vibration, a special frequency that you can use to help yourself understand something, grow somewhere, feel a certain way.
Yes.
So, even something as simple as a crystal can really change a person's life. And everything we offer and everything we do, it is not the candles and the incense and the crystals. Some people look at those things in the wrong light.
Right.
It is not a
idol. You're not putting your
yes, thank you. We're not worshiping these things at all. What we're doing is accepting the gift that they offer to help us connect with our creator.
That's right.
In special ways, because that is we're in a human body. And that's how this human body, filtered through this, ego brain thing works, Sometimes sometimes we do feel like we can't hear our messages. Sometimes we feel like we can't be brave enough. Sometimes we feel like we can't manifest abundance or whatever. And these things will help us feel that.
Yes. To
That
feel
is
the connection with our own
exactly
divine guidance within ourselves. And that's
exactly
what to assist with. Now you also have a very beautiful library and sitting and people will sometimes just come in and sit and read and just kind of absorb the peace that's there. I've done that. And I really, the feeling that you come away with when you're when you leave the House of Light, it's like you're walking on air when you go. It's there's just so much beauty there. I mean, I really don't have a word to describe that, but the atmosphere is just what you've created is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I do believe that, well, all of us here, we have an intention that whoever walks through that door receives a gift, something needed, that they may not even know or realize what it is that they need in that moment when they walk through that door. But whatever it is, they will receive it here at the House of Light, whether it is just through a smile, a welcome, a book that they find on the library shelf, a crystal that calls to them, a light session, a sound session, a human design session, whatever it is, everybody receives a gift. And that is our true intention. And I know how powerful intentions can be when they are anchored in love.
That's it. That's the word.
In light.
Yeah. The thing you feel at the House of Light, the most important word I think that I can come up with just to describe the House of Light is just a place of love. And I thank you for that, Donna. I mean, I'm just blown away. Now I always ask this question. when I'm getting ready to finish up an interview, if you could live at any time in history, when would that be and why? What comes to mind for you?
You know, I could get very, very crazy right now.
Okay.
um, because I am at the point of understanding and knowing that there is no time.
Right.
There is no history. It
Right.
all is. It just is. So this very moment right now, here is where I want to be. But if I had to, I would love to have um, walked with Jesus, to
Yeah.
really be immersed in that beautiful energy of love that he emitted,
Mhm.
or be next to Mother Mary,
Mhm.
or Mary Magdalene, to be one with them and be able to experience that. But I know that it's here now, and it always has been. Um, so I also have this picture
Mhm.
of the future,
Yeah.
because of where we're at now. I do believe we are changing the world. And
Yes,
so I would love to be here when it is peace on earth,
that's
and when we can look at each other and see the oneness within each of us, and just be
it's so beautiful.
without any, no war, no competition,
Yes,
just, you know,
there is no other.
yeah.
A beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful answer, Donna. And I want to thank you so much for coming on today. And just, I just, I think that this is going to be eye-opening for a lot of people. People don't realize how much is really going on in this little house, nestled downtown, beautiful.
In Newnan, Georgia.
That's right. And so what I'll do is below this video, I will put all the details for the House of Light. And for those of you that are listening on Spotify or any of the other platforms that I use, it'll be in the show notes. So if you want to get in touch with Donna, get in touch with the House of Light, find out where they are, or just go to their website and check it out. It'll all be there for you. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And thank you, Donna. And
Can I do something really fun?
oh, sure. Yeah, go for it.
Everybody that hears this podcast and comes in, mention it. Mentioned you listened to April's podcast, and we're going to give you a 10% discount.
Oh, awesome. Yay. So y'all,
Whether it's a service or, a retail. Yeah.
y'all got a
Just
gift
say, I
today.
listened to April's podcast.
You
I
guys,
heard Donna. She said I can have a 10% discount.
you're amazing. Always giving and just so appreciated. I just appreciate you so much. So
Thank you. Thank
thank you,
you.
everybody. Thank you, Donna. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.